Welcome to the George Pershall podcast. We have Wyatt. Say hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Rory.
Okay, we also have Avery. You don't have to talk in this.
My name is Avery.
Yeah.
That was the worst intro ever, George.
Look, we started a little.
Forgot my name.
Okay, we started a little weird. Okay, so first of all, we have an email.
We do.
We do have an email. So I
That's
like to read
awesome.
from our email. So
That
this one-
Lexi Jordan kindly set up.
Yeah. So this one's from
Just
Rira
make a Gmail?
Hagan Bogan.
I don't know who that is.
Well,
It's
Hold on.
Rory.
No, that's not me.
that's-
I've never. I don't know. I don't condone the actions.
How
of
do you
said
feel,
individual.
George, that your official George Pershall podcast email, the only person to send you something to talk about, is here now on the podcast?
Look, I don't think.
Do you have any
anyone-
thanks to give?
No. Look, I just want to read the email by Rira, and this one's from, and you sent me an email from Kongsberg, so it's about 5 dead in Norway, bow and arrow attack.
Yeah.
I don't feel like reading.
You don't feel like the point was of the whole submission suggestion email.
You got one submission, and you're not going to read it.
This article's lame.
Read the email.
Really, that's
I
it?
have to read the email.
Read the email.
Did I read the? Wait, did I even add anything? I thought
No.
it was just an article.
It just So police first received word of an attack. The town of Kongsberg, southwest. It has a funny name. Southwest of the capital of
Norwegians
Oslo
are funny.
at 1812 local
Except
time.
Jenna.
Except Jenna.
Yeah. A Danish man. a Danish man, age 37, has been arrested and questioned for hours overnight. Police said they had previously been in contact with him over the few years. No, wait.
He's been
But-
planning
wait,
this for
what?
years.
Police said they have previously been in contact with him over fears of racialism in
Racism?
Radicalism.
Oh.
Radicalism.
radicalism. I can't
Racial-
race.
Radicalization.
And after
He is
convicted
really
to Islam.
obsessed with race. He's a racialist.
That's all he thinks about. Just race. Critical race theory.
The victims were aged between 50 and 70. I don't know why that matters.
Kill
Well,
people base.
You killed him with a bow and arrow.
I think it was also in an old folks' home. So, a Norwegian assisted living home.
I mean, they must. They're obviously old because, like, no fit and young person would have been killed by bow and arrow.
So if somebody
it takes
ran
too
at
long to reload.
so if somebody ran at you with a bow and arrow, you'd just be like, "Ha, no way, I'm dodging that."
Right, so no, maybe I get shot, but then everyone could run away while he loads in another arrow.
you know how far a bow an arrow can go?
And your
Have you ever
mother.
played Minecraft?
I mean, all right, so let's say he kills 2 people.
Yeah.
But I mean, so when people do shootings, with a pistol, they only kill 1 or 2 people. And
Well,
those
that's because bang bang, done.
yeah, but
Well,
I mean,
Hold on, I want to hear one.
those things shoot.
would you
a lot.
consider
Like,
killing someone with a bow and arrow a shooting?
Well, yeah,
Yes.
it's a projectile.
Alright, I mean,
It's not a mass
technically, it's
stab.
not
But
like.
what I'm saying is,
yeah.
unless you're Hawkeye, how would you mass shoot people with a bow and arrow?
collateral.
I give you
Let's say,
this.
okay, I shoot an arrow,
No.
then they could just all
No.
charge him.
The guy that got arrested was the first.
You know?
I can't do it. No.
You could be the first in America, maybe, unless some Native American has already taken that.
Well, I'm not gonna do it. I'm kind of too lazy to do it.
I'm not surprised.
There's
My
also
back
the
hurts.
fact that you're not a murderer, but you don't want to mention that.
No, he is a murderer. He just
He
doesn't have a
is.
bow and
After
arrow.
watching that one Spider-Man movie that came out a couple weeks ago, there's multiverse Georges.
Sorry.
One of
One's
them.
evil.
Sorry,
once-
phone
yeah, there's-
listeners.
So there's a multiverse
Not in
George
that one.
that committed a school shooting with a bow and arrow.
Wait, that did not happen.
It's gonna
The multiverse.
multiverse.
Avery.
Oh.
So, would you? All right. Now this is a good question that pertains to nothing. To the
Hold it
topic.
closer, I won't hear you. No, here. Hold your mic closer.
Not that close, George. Don't wrap your big luscious lips around the mic. But if you were encountered by a multiverse version of yourself, would you hang out
no.
with yourself?
No,
It'd be too weird.
I wouldn't even hang out with myself.
Why not?
He knows.
I know.
He knows.
I'll just kick him out of my house.
Why would you not want to? I think that'd be cool, because I'd literally be like,
Look, you can have him.
I don't want to.
George, we barely want you here, but this is your podcast.
What I'm saying is, if it's yourself, it's they'd probably be the least annoying person ever.
So
because
you're
they want
saying
to do everything.
my multiverse me, which is more evil,
Well, but
that would
'cause-
commit mass murder with bow and arrow, is a lot nicer than what I am.
no, it's different.
I
I
thought we
think
were just talking about copies.
just
I
like
missed
a
the whole
multiverse
evil
version
part.
of yourself. It doesn't have to be like the evil murder one. What if it's like one that has like from a universe that's like entirely different, but like George Pershall is still exactly the same.
Like in Gravity Falls where they did the printer copies where they copy them. Like what if it's like George 2?
I wouldn't hang out with them.
You wouldn't?
No.
I
You
think
wouldn't
there's a
even-
big difference
Wait,
between
so-
George 2 and a George from a different universe
Wait,
that
hold
had a
on.
different
So
past.
so would this man be made out of paper?
No.
Oh,
He's
I didn't
Like
think of it.
exactly like Gravity Falls.
Well, I just kind of meant in the idea that it's like the same version of you.
Okay, so let's just say there was a printer out there and I printed myself.
Okay.
Printed myself.
I printed
Here's what I would do. I'll
Yes.
take all the printed versions, like 100, tie them around a stake and burn them.
So why would you get a printer just
So
to
you
burn
create
them?
them just to kill them?
I want to hear myself scream.
There are ways to do that without burning hundreds of sentient copies of yourself, George.
They'll die soon from the water.
The water?
I thought you were.
No, they're made out of papers because I printed.
So it's gonna rain and they're all gonna die.
them.
They're gonna be on fire, and then it's gonna rain and put the fire out.
But then they're gonna
then
melt.
yeah.
It's like a stacking effect.
Well, I think there's one being that I wouldn't mind having multiple people of his Wyatt Moore.
Yeah.
So you'd have
Wyatt
multiple
Moore, how's it going?
Not really, man.
Not really.
I don't
How does
think
it
I'd
feel
want-
to be on the George Pershall podcast, Wyatt?
Feels great. I'm really interested in this article. I'll tell you that. I've never heard. Of, I'm not.
He's just
I've
been
just
reading
never.
it the whole time.
Like I just been looking at it and thinking about it. I'm like, well, if they used bows in medieval times, and I'm
Mhm.
guessing they had schools in medieval times, wouldn't this have already happened? Because they would have had like a school shooting in medieval.
Yeah, what about
times?
those emo, depressed kids in the Middle Ages?
Yeah.
They used
These are
squid ink
bows.
around their eyes.
I hate being a peasant, this peasant society. Just gets a bow and arrow
not-
and shoots up the
but
village.
like-
Society is catered towards
I
the
don't know,
one
like, you think
percent.
kids just dropped out of school and just like want to
They
go on adventure?
probably did do that.
Or something?
Here's the thing. They
probably
probably
did that, but
did.
then
They
they
probably
died.
did shoot like up villages with bow and arrows back then. The only difference is that everyone was so batshit crazy, nobody cared. Cause like that's like the Black Death. People were
It's
like
like the
throwing
Wild
up
West.
blood, dying. Yeah, people were like getting their fingers chopped off for like being like a woman. Like that shit was so crazy back then. But now it's like
with
it's bad
So
to
wait,
shoot
were
children.
women back then in the 1600s used as food?
Probably.
Probably,
At least
dude, literally
more than
anything was
one.
used as food then. I think.
more than one.
So like, I could just go back into time, chop one up, and eat one.
Well,
Well, first of all, you
no,
can't go
because
back
you
in
have
time.
you can't go back in time. Time travel is not real. The multiverse is real because it was in Spider-Man.
Although
but
technically, if time travel is real in the future, right?
yeah.
Doesn't that mean it's real now? Because they could go to now.
No, but it hasn't been like discussed unless somebody from the future traveled back in time to now and then
And did they
basically
not?
just like explain the.
Oh my god, my dogs are so loud.
I love dogs.
I hate dogs. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go.
Hold on, I want to say something really quick first. So I forgot to mention the email. So if you ever want to give us any questions or anything, you can just go. Well, I guess I'll say it now. So the email is George Pershall Podcast, GeorgePodcast @gmail.com. It'll be in the link.
You know, Avery could like cut this part out, because he's like not here. And then
No,
you can have this
he's not gonna
at
cut
the-
it out.
He could have this at the end while you're doing that, because you could be like, "Oh, it's the end of the video. I forgot to mention this during it." But
the last time we tried to do that, he cut it out because the battery ran out.
well, that was different. You only recorded like 23 minutes of podcast.
No, it was like 40 minutes worth, but like he cut it down to 20.
No, I thought it was you went for 20 minutes.
No,
and
we went.
then-
No, we tried to go as long as possible. Pizza.
No. Oh, that's awesome.
Your mom actually bought pizza?
What were you guys talking about?
Oh, the
Talking about
Gmail
the email.
the George Pershall
The mission
podcast.
email. You know,
GeorgePP.
Avery got pizza and dessert.
CAST@gmail.com. Do we have 10 minutes left? Here, you
check your
talk.
battery. There's
Here, you
another
can talk.
battery.
All right, George.
Why? Is there anything on the planet you can talk about? You can talk about the black credit card. I want to hear more about that.
Oh, wow.
All right. So the
It's
American
a
Express
barbecue
Black
chicken
Card
pizza. I've never seen
is
that.
one of the most
Yes, I have.
exclusive cards in the history of cards.
card?
Actually, the American Express Black Card,
Oh, I've heard about that.
and the card is only given out to people that like have a really high like wage. They earn a lot.
Somebody
Jeff
came into my
Bezos would
work
have
with
it.
that card.
Somebody went to
What?
the bistro and got.
Yeah. They had that
Like,
card because
but
Jenna
it-
was freaking out.
It's like a huge limit on it. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
So it has it has a bunch of money that you can spend because that's how like credit cards work, and they give you like limits on certain cards. So the higher cards give you like thousands of dollar limits
Mhm.
before you have to pay it back and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you look at the news today.
George,
And-
what the fuck are you doing?
I'm really
George
glad
is having
that
an issue
Wyatt
here
told him the
with
mic
pizza.
right now.
I would not put that close to his face. Oh, that's really nasty, man.
So for those who can't see,
George is
You're
currently
lucky you don't
being
see
raped.
choking on pizza.
This is pretty.
He's not
messed
choking
up,
on
man.
it. A piece of cheese fell down off of his.
Oh, and he
Stupid
wiped
mouth.
his mouth
And he
on
wiped
his
smelled on
pants.
his knee.
Oh,
I don't want to use my nice flannel.
it's got a
George,
nice
I've seen you wear that
flannel.
like 18 times in a row.
Well, I want to look like a cartoon character.
What, who wears the same thing every day?
Yeah, I
He's gonna be like Dipper, bro.
You know, I just realized how weird that is. Like, how cartoon characters wear the same thing every day. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
but, like-
I watched the live action Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah, and they all just wear the same thing. And it's
Yeah,
weird.
they
and
just have,
Spike
like-
is wearing his blue suit every day,
Well,
and it's
I
like
think they have like multiple suits in their closet.
he does, but then it's like who really has that? But then again, it's like it pulls me both ways because it's like, yeah, it's weird, but it's like you wouldn't want him to wear something different. Like he's got to wear his blue suit.
Especially in a
Well,
live
that's-
action
that's
one
like
because
his-
he might blend into a crowd easier.
Exactly. It's like
But-
you gotta.
that's his.
That's his.
costume.
Yeah. It's like
That's
if he
his
didn't
thing.
wear that, it'd be weird. But it's also like, why does he wear a blue suit every day?
It's like Adventure Time. Like
It
you
is,
don't see
yeah.
him with that
Yeah.
hat on.
Well,
Like,
it's in like a fantasy land, so it's not like he has like a
True.
washing machine.
Exactly. Well, and it's like maybe in that universe it's normal to wear the same.
They don't have washing machines.
They don't have so it's
In
not like he
Cowboy
washes.
They can
butt,
travel
so
to
it's
different
like that.
planets,
So
but
they
they don't know how to wash
washing
clothes.
machines, Yeah.
Well, I know Finn doesn't.
Yeah, Finn doesn't.
Yeah. That show's weird. That
There's a
show's
huge
great. though.
controversy over that show, though.
Why?
A
Adventure
lot
Time?
of no, the live action Bebop.
Oh.
Oh, 'cause I
Apparently,
heard
a lot
it's
of
bad.
people hate it.
It's a lot of the anime people that like originally. watched
Yeah,
it,
well, it's
so.
like I watched the original show, but I only watched it like a month ago, and then I watched live action. So I didn't like watch it and then like love it for years, and then they made that.
Yeah.
I kind of watched both back and so like, and when I started the show, it was a little weird. Like it felt like an SNL skit on Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
But like once I got into it, it was pretty good.
I guess like the true like test of that is to like go back to the anime and like at least rewatch some of it to see like which one was definitely better.
I have been rewatching it. I think it's just because right now I'm used to live action. I really like the live action one.
Hmm.
Like, although Ed, I think that's the girl, like the redhead girl, she was like really annoying.
I think it's because
In
it's
the live
less
action?
charming when it's like a real person. and
Yeah,
not
every other
goofy.
character, like Faye Valentine, Jet, and like they're all really good, but that Ed was like, no.
It's been a while since I watched that show.
Yeah, it was weird.
I know they had to like change. her
Speaking of
outfit.
controversies, George has a banana, like usual. Where'd you get that banana apple from?
That's a lot. That's green, George. George has a really green, dude.
I think that's the only time you said that where it actually makes sense.
If it's long, I'll eat it, and I'll eat a banana.
If it's long, you'll eat it.
If it's long,
That's so green.
Dude, that is so green.
it's hard.
It's better
That
than
is
the.
not good
Look how
though.
hard to touch it. It's so hard. It's so hard. It's kind of small too. It's like a little thick. Not gonna lie.
It's not a grower or a shower.
No. It's like it doesn't like when I shake it doesn't wiggle.
I can guarantee that is better than the banana.
Dude, have you seen my banana? Like the ones
George,
that like
You've
there's
seen the
Shut
banana
the
at my
fuck
lunch
up.
table.
dude, my banana is so long. Dude, I should have brought it in one day. It was
You don't carry it with you?
No, I don't carry it with me.
Only some days?
I gobbled that one down.
No, George, can you explain to them what you saw when I directed you towards my lunch? Did you just throw the crust? Whatever. No, doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep telling the story.
It's so hard.
Remember
Stop
that?
deep throating a banana.
I'm
Do you
not
have
deep-throating
anything?
it, I'm eating it.
Do you have anything you want to talk about, George? You're just gonna eat a banana into the microphone.
Oh, Rory.
What?
Remember that time we tried to make holy water at your table?
We did make holy water.
How did we do it?
Well, we did it. We said a
Wow.
prayer, and then
look at the tutorial.
yeah, that would be good content. But as of right now, I'm trying to tell a story of how.
Avery, what's your password?
2003. Oh
Nah.
shit! I just said that.
Cut that one out. Cut that one
They're
out.
not gonna take your computer. They're not gonna take your computer.
What's your password?
Okay. I think there's a wiki how on this.
No, but I told George to come to my lunch table one day because somebody was taking a certain wrapped package out from. You know how all the lunch tables, like the square ones, have like a bar in the middle?
Yeah.
We put. Now I was sick for you
George.
remember when I was
George, shut up.
sick. George, stop. He's probably gonna vomit if he thinks about it too much. Though, 'cause it was a grisly sight. But you remember when I was gone
Mhm.
for like a week?
Mhm.
I came back the week. Are you eating an apple now?
My banana was too hard.
It was the week after I was sick and was out for 4 days, and I came back, and somebody asked if the banana was still there, and asked me, and I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And my friend that sits next to me went to like that part where the bar is, and he pulled out a napkin that's like rolled up, and he unfolded it, and it was, like,
Fossilized banana.
it's not. It wasn't fossilized then. It's fossilized now.
You still have it?
It's still
You
there.
kept. It's still there.
It's still
Oh,
there.
yeah.
To
Oh,
this
yeah.
day. To this day, the banana.
Jesse,
It's like
Jesse, yeah, he took it out. It was like really black.
it's like pitch
The
black,
lunch people don't clean it up.
darker than night. There, like you could tell that there was something there because there was like
It smelled awful.
it was like that.
And it just
sickly-
sits in the cafeteria and nobody cleans it up.
Nobody notices it. But like for the first week, it would like there was like a weird like tarry black puddle underneath it.
Oh, that's so
And
good.
it was sticky, so I'd be sitting there just trying to enjoy my lunch, and I'd feel my like foot get caught on the puddle, and I'd be like, eh.
So,
I hope nobody snitches.
how do you make
Banana.
holy water? You look like an expert in how to make it.
I'll try to read this. I'll try to figure it out for people.
Wyatt was figuring out how to make holy
All right.
Doesn't it have to
so-
be blessed via the priest.
I thought it would too, because like it's always used.
No, you have
in,
to
like,
become an
religious-
ordained pastor
Really?
or minister, but you can go online,
You
get
make
that
it
done in like
homemade.
15 minutes.
What?
yeah, take
counts,
like a
it counts.
GED or something.
What? I thought you had to. No.
It counts.
I thought you had to be like a
You don't have to be like
sin-free.
you don't have to be like a high power in the Catholic Church. You just have to be like ordained. I think you can be officiated to marry people and make holy water at the same time, and like that's like on the same level.
Shit.
So Wyatt, how do you make holy water?
So for my series, there's method 1, blessing water with Catholic prayers and rituals.
Yeah, just
And
make
this
it
is all
rhyme.
with like a 15-minute survey. You can make holy water then after you take that survey.
It's on
It's a
WikiHow.
WikiHow
WikiHow, man.
But I mean, like, to become a minister, just take like a
Yeah.
15-minute.
Gather and
Damn.
consecrate your salt.
Wonder what happens if you take like a
What?
BuzzFeed survey, like an hour-long survey. Then you can fucking make
Salt.
potions.
You're basically the Pope.
You need
You're
holy,
basically the
holy salt.
They have holy salt.
Holy
salt.
salt.
You have to exercise the salt, make consecrated salt, exercise the water, make consecrated water, and then take the water and then pour the salt in the shape of a cross while speaking a prayer. You have to do every step while speaking a prayer.
Is there a simpler way to do this?
Yeah, just
Bless
drink
the
water.
salt.
Yeah, you get a professional priest to do it for
Bless
you.
the
They probably
salt.
crank it out in like 30 minutes. Not even.
You
Probably
have
like
to
5
obtain
minutes.
Water from a natural resource.
I'm not
which
trying
we
to
did.
shit talk the church or anything. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs. I have a lot of my own beliefs. When it comes to God, I generally don't have a lot of like strong beliefs, but like
Not to
if
diss
you
the
get
Catholic
so
Church.
if you pay a priest to make you holy water, I feel like he would just fucking give you water and say it was blessed. Like, I'm sorry, like.
No, I think he would do it.
Maybe if they
because
did it in
makes
front of you,
sense,
but if
man.
you're like, "Can I have holy water?" He's like, "Yeah, this is holy water." Like, you really think they're taking the time to do
They
that?
have bottles pre-made. If
They're probably just water
their
bottles.
beliefs are solid.
I mean, like, I'm not saying there's not a God or anything. I'm just saying, like, you really think that they spend that much time to make holy water?
I think so. There's
Like,
a group of
even if
people-
I was a priest, I probably wouldn't do that.
well, that's because you don't believe in God.
I don't not believe in God. I'm agnostic.
You're not
Put it on
as
your lips.
Catholic
That's
as
true.
a priest
Very
is.
important to
Found
make sure
something.
that it's clean and well filtered.
So basically, you have to put.
You have to get fresh water.
No, you have to put it on your lips.
No.
It's a safety precaution.
If you put it on your lips, you have to make sure it's well filtered, or you may get sick from unclean holy water.
So,
Well, that's because you're supposed to get it from a fresh source.
so I proposed this like idea to Rory. So
What?
we can make an infinite amount of holy water.
Yeah.
So basically, my idea is
Are you gonna make a factory say like a prayer?
no. So basically,
A holy
wait,
factory
so
where
basically-
enslaved child workers to make your holy water.
No, I have an idea. Okay.
It's like the Fiji water. You really think all that shit comes
No,
from
hold
Mount
on.
Fiji?
Shut up.
Alright,
Okay.
let's hear him.
You see Lake Erie? I'm gonna turn Lake Erie holy.
They did that in the Castlevania anime.
No, but like we take. Wait. Oh. But like we take a small amount. We keep putting into bigger like containers. Well, so we'll have a lot of holy water, and then we get so much, we get a helicopter. We pick it up and put it over Lake Erie. So making Lake Erie holy, and thus making everything around it holy.
No, okay, no, but this is an actual thing in the Catholic Church. If you take some holy water and put it into a body of water that's less than its own, all of it becomes holy water. So
Yo,
that's-
I'm telling you what you should do.
That's how people.
You
that's
want to make
probably
something
how-
holy? Fucking go bless like Antarctica, all the ice,
All
and
the
then
ice.
global warming.
Yeah.
Let it melt, and then the whole ocean is holy. Boom.
Everything's
And then
holy.
when it floods the land, the whole land is holy. Boom.
Why
people
can't we just
can't
have?
live there anymore, but it's holy.
Well, they
No.
can go back there.
But that's how people. That's how people have just like bottles of Pope holy water. Pope made like a Pope can make holy water, right?
What would
It's
happen
like
if you drink?
Belle Delphine
a
selling
lot
her
of it?
bath water. The Pope sells holy water.
Yeah, but I know
The
she didn't
Pope's
speak
holy
Latin while
water.
doing that.
That's true. She probably just she just bathed in
The
it.
Pope lays in the Arctic Ocean and he becomes holy water.
New question: what's worth more, the Pope's holy water or Belle Delphine's bath water?
Belle Delphine's and like
I think I think if it's, no, I think if it's a dead Pope, it's probably upwards of the thousands.
Oh,
I
because
don't care.
it's retired.
It's like how
You
after
can't get it anymore.
it's
It's,
a-
exclusive.
yeah, it's like after how a painter dies and his paintings become more expensive because he's not gonna make any more.
Yeah, those are the only time paintings become expensive. It's after they die.
It's when they're old.
I don't like
Finally
today's
aged Pope water.
Mm-hmm. Oh, finally
What do you think of
aged.
today's art, Wyatt?
This holy water's been aging for the
I
last
haven't
30
seen
years.
a lot. I haven't
What's
seen
the-
a lot for the
What was
new
the
art,
first Pope?
but I mean,
He
I
made
read the
this.
comic books.
Pope 1?
If that's
Back when
considered
Jesus was
new
here
art,
cruising
I
on
mean,
Earth, dude,
they
he
do draw-
blessed us.
They do draw in the new. That technically is art. Comic books. So.
So, what do you think of NFTs?
Mm.
Mm.
Wait, hold on. I want to hear Wyatt's thought.
No,
I-
I'll listen. I'm just excited.
I think they're I'm gonna go with the
NFTs. I can break that.
average consensus. I think they're pretty dumb. I think that in some ways they're kind of useful. I think if you want to own part of like something you like if it's from like an artist that and they're selling NFTs, I think that's all right. I mean, I just don't. I know it's like an investment, but I think it still makes more sense to invest in stocks because I feel like it's more climbing. Even though I feel like it climbs pretty fast for the NFTs, I think the stocks overall will climb more.
Stocks are more well known.
Yeah.
NFTs are a little like up in the air. I'm making an NFT right now. I'm drawing a monkey NFT. I don't know if it's gonna sell. I have no idea how it works.
Well, it's all about publicism with things like
Yeah.
this.
No, it's just cool. I'm also
yeah, it
thinking
has
like
to be
If you want it to sell,
Yeah,
it has to be publicized.
It has to be
you better
cool,
make like
too.
a Twitter or something.
I think I'm just gonna also like. I feel like if I just made like a canvas with a black dot, right? It's so stupid that
it's so
somebody would just be
simple.
like, "Damn, I'm just gonna buy that."
Imagine, like those Oh
The
wait,
simpli- I
what
think
if
the
we made
simplicity
one of like a
makes it
blank thing? It's like a
popular.
Rubik's cube, and it has like all of them, and then like each individual color is different.
It's like that
for every
dumbass
NFT.
that bought that banana duct taped to the canvas for like $100,000. He
Was it
just
even-
did it to do it.
Yeah.
But like, I think NFTs are cool but stupid. I would sell NFTs all day. I don't think I'd ever buy one.
Well, you know, like they're putting them in the
'Cause-
video games now.
Are they?
Yeah, Ubisoft actually tried
Well,
it.
nobody
It's
likes
not going too
Ubisoft.
well. It's not going actually really well for them. No one's like buying them because I don't think it's appropriate.
Fortnite was the beginning of NFTs mainstream.
Yeah, because some of the skins you
they,
can't
like,
get anymore.
There's
Sorry.
there's accounts that are worth like $1,500.
yeah, because you can't. Get
And you
those
see,
skins
I can
anymore.
understand that, I guess, and like,
0.5
Oh.
Ethereum.
I want a skin that I can play with. But like, I don't understand, like, to an extent, you know? Like, I can understand buying a skin from the marketplace if you play the game, because it's like, damn, I want to wear that while I play.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why would you just buy like an image to keep on your computer?
Well,
Especially if you can just take a picture of it and keep it. Like, maybe you don't own it, but like,
I think the point is owning it, because like
it's just a flex.
there were like viral videos. I think it was like a couple months back, but like when NFTs first started, people were selling viral videos for like classic viral videos.
Yeah, like the Charlie bit my finger. That was.
How are
Yeah.
they so? Oh, like the original
They sold-
people
yeah.
sold
Yeah,
it.
They sold it. So it's like
Oh wow.
once you break the threshold of owning a PNG to owning like a literal piece of
Mhm.
internet history, the price goes up.
Mm. That makes sense. I would own that.
You don't charge. I think it was like I think it sold for like $20,000.
Yeah. Like if I was rich.
If you were rich, would you have done the cupcake scandal? Would you be nefarious?
If I was rich, that scandal would have been a lot worse.
I would
You
have
would
been.
buy like a children's hospital.
No.
And then just like tear it down immediately. This isn't good for business.
I'll help Avery.
If I was rich, I would have just bought the cupcakes and given them away.
I'll be your partner in crime.
You know, in a perfect world, I could just like load the podcast in and like cut off the rough beginning and the end. But because it's with George, I gotta edit it so I can go to college.
No, we just can't reference you. Well, that's a different Avery.
I'm not Avery Kohler. I am Albert Collins.
Well, no, you're Avery Roller.
Yes.
It's just we make
Jaden
jokes about
Meineke
Avery Kohler
Stoltzfus.
because their names sound so similar. You'll help her.
Let's move on.
George, we're not making you look bad. It was your choice to make yourself look bad.
Oh my word!
After yes, it is. Also, we still have to make that project.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
That's due tomorrow.
Oh, it's Thursday. A minute left in what? The battery? Oh, hold on. Let me just switch the batteries again.
You almost dropped that.
So wait. So then again, if you want to send us any emails, absolutely anything, any questions, absolutely anything, except for porn. We don't do porn.
No porn.
No porn. You could be porn topics, but no porn. Wait, are we doing porn topics?
I thought this was your podcast. This is my podcast. I own it. I get to do everything I want on here. My name's on it.
Okay.
Like, this is my podcast.
Nothing to do
Not
with
yours.
fun.
I'll do whatever you want. I'll control you. Guys, can we talk about porn on here? Is that okay?
No.
Talking about porn, get your college admissions rejected.
I'm going to say no because it's like an expression thing now.
It is.
If I would just say no to that, that'd be like, I get canceled, right?
I mean, you could deny it too.
So today I found out what a pansexual was.
I still don't know what that is really.
It's like people that like multiple genders. I don't understand it.
Wait, is it people with multiple genders?
I know they
Is that what
like
you
multiple
said?
genders.
They like multiple genders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That was bisexual.
I know there's like I think there's like 100
is it its own
more.
thing?
There's like a couple
Wait.
more.
That's like literally what bisexual
So
is.
I don't understand it. Just pick one.
Wait, so bisexual,
Just pick
you
one.
like men and women. Pansexual, you like men, women, and
Other
everything
things.
else?
I don't get it. It's like it's like going to Just Moms all over again. There's too many ice cream flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Right.
pick one.
There should only be chocolate and vanilla.
No, but vanilla's my favorite. I like
There's only
French
be
vanilla.
chocolate and vanilla. They should mix.
They shouldn't mix because they taste weird. They don't taste good together.
George,
What?
you can't say something like that.
Why? It's a flavor.
It's messed up.
It's an ice cream flavor.
They shouldn't be mixed together.
They shouldn't be. Look, if Look, if I owned an ice cream shop, there'll only be 5 ice cream flavors.
Well, then you could pride yourself in
Which
being
one?
very close-minded.
Okay.
Which one?
French vanilla, chocolate,
Good.
apple pie.
What?
Apple pie?
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever had apple pie flavored ice cream?
No.
Okay, cheesecake flavored ice cream.
No.
Key lime pie.
You went for like basic like chocolate, vanilla.
Look, I don't like
Flamin'
chocolate. I don't think the flavor of chocolate ice cream.
I don't
I
like
like-
chocolate ice cream either. But
I
I mean,
like
like if
vanilla.
you're gonna open an ice cream shop and you're only gonna have 5 flavors,
Too
maybe
bad.
like
Too-
vanilla, chocolate chip cookie.
No,
dough.
I don't like chocolate chip cookie.
I know, but George, you're not all your customers. You're the owner.
No, they go to my place for my food. You don't look.
They won't go to your place if you only have like apple pie ice cream.
Well, I mean, unless if it's like the best thing anyone's ever tasted, people might come.
You know what? Fine. We're only doing one flavor. You guys ruined it. We're doing vanilla. Vanilla only.
I don't think that's going to sell very well.
Yes,
I
it
love
will.
vanilla, George. I love it, and I would be fine with that. But you got to remember, this is a business.
Look.
And 90% of people, when you're like, oh, all you have is vanilla, they're going to go to Just Mom's where they can eat whatever they want.
No, but
Especially kids. What if you have bitchy, whiny kids that don't like vanilla?
too bad.
only vanilla here.
They're going to bitch to their parents, and their parents are never going to take them there ever again.
But it's good
Boom,
ice cream.
5 customers
Stop.
immediately gone.
Stop. No, it's a good
5
idea.
customers, that's
It's
it.
a
Those are
good-
your only
it's a
customers.
good
Me,
idea.
Tori, Wyatt, and you.
There's only
That's only 4.
Look, just one ice cream flavor. There's not a lot of choosing. You just go up there to the stand like vanilla, and we'll give you vanilla. We'll even have one size.
well, so
Medium.
one size. Okay.
Medium.
Why do you have to say what flavor you want if there's one flavor?
What flavor do you want? I know why you're here.
Look, I think it'll just make things a lot easier. Fine, we'll do 2.
Oh, so now we're on to 2.
We're on to 2.
The diversity.
Downgraded from 5 to 1, and now we've upgraded from 1 to 2.
Okay.
Why don't we do 3 just for the fun of
Okay,
it?
vanilla.
Why not 4?
Why not 6?
No, we're not doing 6. That's too
Alright,
much.
two.
Too much.
Too many.
Too many. Okay, it'll be vanilla. Shoot, what's another? Banana flavored.
I'm not surprised that George would say something like that.
Why?
You literally ate a banana.
What is the... So I get like a restaurant that has like multiple, like too many things to make, like different types of like entrees, but ice cream's ice cream. Like just get like multiple flavors. It's not like, oh, I don't know how to scoop banana ice cream. I only know how to scoop vanilla and chocolate.
You're not licensed to scoop cherry ice
Like
cream.
it wouldn't be hard if you just had like 10
No,
flavors
because then
there.
we get like a lot more in storage, and there's not a lot of choosing. Like,
Well-
okay, let's just say, my name is I'm just a
I
random
bet the
dude.
lines would be really fast though.
No, it will be very fast line. That's the benefit. Okay, number 1. Let's just say I'm going to this one place. I'm heading to George's ice cream shop. Okay, I want vanilla, and can I have the banana too? And then like that's it. It only comes in one size.
So
medium.
you'd get 2 cups, one of vanilla and one of banana ice cream.
Yeah.
Well, technically, if it only comes in one size, that's not medium.
No, we'll do it separate.
It's the largest sized and the smallest size.
Yeah, it will just be the size. Because it's not in between. It's not the smallest. It's not a large. It's just the size. It's just what it is.
George would be behind the counter and be like, "What size you want?" Ha, gotcha.
Only one size. All right, but jokes aside, what do you want? Oh, just kidding. We only have vanilla.
George is dying. George is dying.
George is cursed on the George Pershall podcast. We have to change the name.
It's my podcast now. April
Yeah.
podcast. George is dead. I was gonna make a
We're
fundraiser
gonna end it
joke,
here.
but- You're ending it?
Yeah.
Can't get any better. Podcast over.
Okay.
Wait,
So
Pete.
if you want to email us, it's georgepershallpodcast@gmail.com. Any last words?
What if I say I'm not done?
Fine. Talk. You can talk. It's America.
George, I think there's some credence to your idea, but like, because everybody wants an ice cream shop with short lines, but I think making it only vanilla. I mean, you could just have like, because like Just Mom's down wherever, I don't remember where it is, but like the ice cream, it's literally like a line to get into a movie theater because of how long it is during the summer. But like, They could literally fix that by instead of having like those 2 windows at either end, they have just like 5 of them, and then the line would go 5 times
Okay,
faster.
we'll have 5 rows. Each line serves vanilla or banana.
Or what if they made it so that there's 5 rows for all the 5 flavors, and then they can get in the line for the ice cream that they want?
You know what? I have an idea. All right, you want to hear this?
Yeah.
So
Is it just Uber Eats for ice cream?
we get like, we'll say 6 or 8 flavors. We'll have a lot of flavors, right? They're all, let's say the standard size is $5 per ice cream. But if you get vanilla or banana, it's $2. So then you're going to increase that, like a large percent of people are just going to get vanilla and banana.
I lost to it vanilla.
What?
I had no idea what you're talking about. I dozed off.
What I'm saying is, if you have like all these flavors, but you have the 2, like you just want to do banana and vanilla, make those extremely cheap, so that you have all these flavors, but everyone's gonna buy those 2 because they're the cheapest.
Vanilla and chocolate each will be $1. Everything else will be like 50 a scoop.
No, I think no. It'd be so much funnier if you just made like all the other prices like outrageously high, and then you just didn't order any of those flavors, and you only stocked for the vanilla and the banana flavor.
Look,
You get fucked.
Oh, you
when
want
there's this
cherry?
Rich guy who's
You
like,
want cherry?
Oh,
with the black credit card.
he's like, he pulls out the black credit card. He's like, I'll take cherry for $50, and you're like, shit, we don't got it.
You just put bananas in it.
Honestly,
like, this
man,
is a special kind of cherry that's long and yellow.
I wouldn't go to Just Moms personally. I'd go to Dairy Queen, man. I love their blizzards. Honestly, you could sell blizzards.
You're not talking, George? George is upset. We've destroyed his idea.
George can make.
I have an idea for a
blizzards with
business.
the
I actually
cookies
don't,
and
but I'm gonna come up with one that's better than George's somehow.
On the spot.
On the spot.
Go.
So, what's the big problem that everybody has? Nobody likes George.
George sells shitty ice cream. George sells shitty ice cream.
No, all right. So people don't like. Is he gonna just? Yeah, he is gonna do that.
Roundabout. Just, let's hear the idea.
So, glasses stores.
Yeah.
Everybody hates them because you have to go in there. I have a brother that has glasses, and it's really annoying because you have to just sit there and wait for like an hour and a half. But you can make like a glasses drive-through, probably more professional than a drive-through. But like, you can just say,
In and out.
like in and out, nah. But like, you can just say that they're like professional glasses makers, and you just say the prescription, select the style, boom, and then you walk out with you can wear them out.
That's pretty cool. I don't wear glasses though, so
They could even do it for contacts.
I don't wear contacts.
It's a little different than that though, because like they test your like eyes. I have glasses, so like, I don't know if you've ever been to like an eye doctor. They like test your eyes and stuff. So like they need to do the prescription there. They give you their prescription there basically.
You know what I'm gonna invent? Isolated bathrooms. I went to Iceland, and besides the fact that there's like nobody fucking there, and all they do is eat sausage and talk about Vikings, they had very nice bathrooms. Their bathrooms in public places were, or at least like in the airports, like where I went, like they were stalls, but you close the door and it's at the bottom of the floor and the top, and you're in your own room.
So it's basically just like, is it like a whole bathroom, or is it just like a bathroom you walk in and then there's like a row of doors?
It's like that, but like once you're in, it's like there's no like people can't sneak under the stalls or look over. It's just you're in your own little cubby that's like locked in. It's like little closets.
So, is there like lights in there, or is it like dependent? Yeah. Okay.
It's all lit up. It's basically just like there's lights. It's like a normal bathroom, but the gaps at the bottoms and the tops of stalls is gone. And so it's very good for me because I have a shy bladder, and when people walk in and they're talking and doing all that stuff,
isn't that sharp?
George is playing with my sword now.
You know what else they should add into America? So in like Japan, they have these like little bubble hotels. That would be genius.
I've seen YouTube videos of those. Those are cool.
Yes. George, don't go near the
Like,
TV.
they're so cheap, and they're just like a little square. And you just like sit.
You sleep
put
in
it
there.
Yeah.
You sleep in there for like 3 weeks while you're on your business trip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
business
crazy.
trip to Japan.
I think the only problem is like if you're there for work and you need like they might have like busboys or whatever that take stuff to your room.
Like, fucking, what's that fear of tight spaces?
Claustrophobia.
Yeah, claustrophobia. You're in like a 50-story building trapped in this little box.
Well, I think the difference is that people that
George, what are you doing?
people that are are you taking the clothes off? Put that back. I think the difference is that people that are claustrophobic wouldn't book a hotel with rooms that small.
But like, what if like you're like if you went on a business trip, you're claustrophobic, and your work was just like, we're putting you up here.
Well, I'm not claustrophobic, really. So, I mean, I'm only claustrophobic when there's actually like something pressing against me that's pinning me to something that will not move.
Well, I think people go there because it's so cheap, honestly. Because
Yeah,
you don't pay for much, you don't get much.
that's true.
So, yeah, businesses would probably send people there. But
I think it would be cool. Like it'd be like a spaceship. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I want to do it bad. I want to go to Japan so bad.
Did you see that? I think it's
they
the
made
new
it so
thing
like
in
the
Disney.
doors are like hologram TVs.
I think there's this new thing in Disney that's like that, and it's like a spaceship thing, but it's also like a restaurant. I don't think you go in space, but I think it's like a fake space restaurant in Disney.
Oh, it's
The $125 Disney ticket.
Yeah, it's
and
so expensive.
you're going up there to the moon, baby.
You know what I love about Disney? It's like all these like restaurants, and don't get me wrong, Disney World's so much fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But they have all these specialized restaurants, like the Star Wars restaurant and this Ratatouille, and it's all the same shit. It's like Ratatouille chicken or like Mos Eisley chicken. It's the same fucking piece of chicken because they all order it from the same place, and so it's like all these different like names for it, and like it depends where you eat. You could eat in Star Wars Land or like. You can eat at all these places. You can eat at like this Cars restaurant. It's all the same food. It's not even like a change. It's the exact same. It's just like chicken strips of Cars, Lightning McQueen strips, Luke Skywalker strips. They're the exact same. It's so funny.
They changed the presentation of it at all?
No, it's like the exact same. You might get like a Lightning McQueen plate or like a Star Wars. Like it's the same shit. It's the exact same throughout the whole park.
I've
So,
never.
Avery is currently going to get offed after this podcast episode gets uploaded by Disney Corporations.
Disney's gonna sue the GPP because it's like I feel bad for like the parents because I knew and I was definitely like this, but there's a ton of like stupid kids that are like, oh man, I don't want the Cars chicken strips, I want the Luke Skywalker chicken strips, or they'll get like the Cars chicken strips and they're like, oh, I want the Luke Skywalker ones, I haven't had those yet. It's like it's the same shit, and I know that like. When they're little, it's like, oh, the sister wants to eat at the castle and the boys want to eat at the Pirates, and the parents have to go all across the park just to order the same overpriced piece of chicken. It's probably a nightmare.
I've never been to Disney.
Bowen would have been very offended by what you said there.
Just thinking that, yeah.
She would have flipped her lid.
Well, I hope she watches this, because I'm just gonna say something.
Wait, what did he say?
Girls like princesses, boys like pirates. Usually, that doesn't mean that girls can't like pirates or boys can't like princesses, but like, let me tell you, if I'm gonna make a pirate movie or toys, I'm gonna market it towards boys. You know why?
Every time I
'Cause
met a girl,
I want to make a profit.
Every time I met a girl that liked pirates, she was weird and crazy.
She was probably a pirate.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Real life pirate.
I've never been to Disney. I've never been to Disney.
Me neither,
what's
but
it like
I can
there?
tell that it's like terrible.
I
Because
wouldn't
it's in
like Disney.
Florida, unless you went to like the California one.
I don't like Disney.
It's fun.
Boring.
I had a lot of fun there, and it is fun. But like, the food, I don't know. It's funny because it's like it's just the same shit and it's overpriced for a lot of the food.
You know what's funny to me is that I was talking to a friend about this a couple weeks ago, or it might have been last week. I don't remember. Time is a blur, and we're all going to die one day. But I was talking to a friend, and they were like, "Yeah, I play this game, and it's like all the government. It takes place in space. Put down the gun, George." But it takes place in space.
Podcast. This is your idea. Your podcast, and you can't even film it for like an hour.
He gets too impatient. He's been pacing around this room the entire
I
time.
know. I'm sorry, George. You can do your thing.
But we were talking about this game, and it's called Elite Dangerous. I don't really know much about it, but he said, like, basically the only governing force is, like, a bunch of mega corporations that fund, like, little wars and whatnot. But I was like, that's exactly what would happen in real life if we, like, simplified space travel to a point where you can literally get from one end of the galaxy to another end in like 30 minutes, there would absolutely, like, everything would be taken over by corporations. Disney would be scary.
No,
They'd buy planets, bro.
They would. Disney already has like bought in this planet almost. Like if you had to say this planet was owned by somebody or something, it would be Disney.
They already bought the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, bro.
They bought the multiverse. Those assholes. They own everything.
Yeah, my little multiverse me would come in and walk into the room and then just get like shot in the head by Disney. Now that's our idea.
Yeah, that's all. We own you in another universe.
They would absolutely enslave people from the multiverse.
They own all my shit here and on every universe. Disney's like, oh yeah, that's copyright. That's ours.
It's like when I was a kid, I've been to Disney. Like I've been to all the parks down there. I think the best park is definitely Epcot. I like that one the most.
That one was really cool.
But I've also been to Universal Studios down there.
Disney's just gonna turn every universe into a park. It's like, you know this,
or a shooting location.
They do need a Marvel.
Think of how
they do need
awesome
Marvel
Star Wars
stuff.
would be if they could actually go to any planet.
That would be cool. It would still probably be shit story wise though, but it would look cool.
It would look cool, but the problem is that we're the only planet.
The shows would look cool. It's the movies tanked.
What movies?
The Star Wars movies.
The new ones?
Yeah.
They're all right. I don't think they really reached the audience that they were going for though.
So they're not bad the thing that is bad about them, like they're fine movies, they're decent movies. The thing that's bad about them
Is the legacy.
it pisses off Star Wars fans because the logic isn't consistent throughout the films. It's like to an average moviegoer, it's like, yeah, they're fun, entertaining, but like to a Star Wars fan, it's like, all right, ships never had fuel. Now they have fuel in this movie. That's a plot hole. And if you're not a fan, you don't notice that. But if you are, and believe me, Star Wars fans are so annoying.
They notice.
I am a Star Wars fan. And
Just leave it there.
Well,
I am annoying
the
as
real
hell.
question is, what do you think about? I think it was Rise of the Skywalker was the last one. That ending.
Rise
though.
of Skull.
Was
It was
When
dumb.
I'm landing, it was stupid. I don't like Rey. Rey's a Mary Sue. I hope I just triggered everybody.
Ray's
Well,
a Mary.
The thing is,
Rey
that she
is
just
so
takes the name.
stupid. She's not a good character, and that's because she's so perfect, and it's just not interesting. It's annoying when you see this random person from Tatooine pick up a lightsaber and like whoop a Skywalker's ass, who's been trained by Luke Skywalker. Ben Solo, Kylo Ren was trained by Luke Skywalker, and he is literally like, he's like a strong Sith, and then this woman with the lightsaber just whoops his ass.
I feel like nobody would have watched him after the first one if Adam Driver wasn't Kylo Ren, though.
Yeah, Kylo Ren is cool.
But he's not
He's a
handsome.
great character. You don't like him?
Nah, he's not handsome to me.
I think Adam Driver's pretty cute.
He's an alright actor. I just don't think he's handsome.
Well, I
personally.
think no, it's not because of that. It's because he sells the role very well as
that's a bad
someone that's.
Yeah, and you know how wide he is? Have you seen that? In
Everyone's seen that image.
He's so wide.
He would rip you in half without the Force.
Yeah, with his boner.
I've watched them. I think I liked Rogue One. I think that was a pretty interesting.
Yeah,
story.
I think it's because of I think it's because they used different people for Rogue One and Solo. I think Solo was good, and then they like Darth Maul was the bad guy the entire time. That made me mad because they didn't have to do that. They shouldn't have done that.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed Solo, but I kind of like binge watched it, so I don't really remember what it was about.
You binge watched a movie?
Yeah, like I was playing something. I had it on, and it started and then it ended, and I was like, oh, Chewbacca and Han Solo got muddy, and then they got the Millennium Falcon. That's all I remember.
Did you know that Han cheated? I think he cheated. I think he cheated to get the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, that makes sense. But I think the biggest problem for me, and this is like kind of what I had problems with The Mandalorian, like a lot of stuff today, or like Star Wars, it's like they focus on the universe and everything like that. Like they try to bring the universe to life, which is cool, but they don't have a good villain. Like, that's the problem with a lot of stuff, that like you need a really good villain.
I think the villain of Mandalorian was good. It was played by the guy from Breaking Bad. I don't remember his name. Every
Yeah.
time I learn it, I forget it the day after.
He's a good actor.
I just like watching the Mandalorian walk around.
think he played it better. I think he played it better than some could, but I still don't think there was a lot of substance to his arc. I think he had to watch the Clone Wars to get a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like he was a good actor. It's just like the Heath Ledger's Joker. He's an insanely good villain. Like that's why that movie is so good, because he's such a good villain. And when you have a really good villain, it's like it makes it really. But like honestly, it was like when Moff Gideon would appear, like I wouldn't really care. Or like The Walking Dead. Have you watched that?
Walking Dead.
That show's going on way too long, man.
I watched.
What season did you get to?
I watched till like
it's been a long time since I actually sat down and watched that with my mom. She used to really love that stuff, and she even stopped.
Well,
She's
it's
like,
because
this
they
is
killed
going on too long.
I stopped too.
They killed Rick Grimes, and then they kept going.
After that, it was because
They should have stopped after Rick Grimes died.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think he died.
I think he just
He
left.
just went away. Negan though is an amazing villain.
Yeah, he's a
and
good dude.
I remember when they first attacked like the Saviors complex. I don't know how they did it, but like even the guys standing outside, how they filmed it, like I was terrified of them. I was like, damn, these people are scary. And that was just them. And you didn't know who Negan was, and everybody was like Negan. And when you have like every time Negan was on screen, I was just mesmerized because he was so interesting, and you were so like, fuck, like I don't know what's gonna happen. Like you were so scared for your characters. Like when you have a villain that's really good, it makes the story everything. But when you have a villain you don't care about, then it just becomes like, oh, Mandalorian's just walking around.
I think it's because I think the focus of the Mandalorian isn't about like good versus bad. It's more of just like. Thanks, George. We're trying to discuss Star Wars over here, and you ruin it with that. You soil it. You muddy our experience.
Tony.
I'm watching Tony Orsini's TikToks, and I love them.
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
But what'd you do?
Slap my balls.
That's one thing I don't understand about Star Wars. Like, I know a lot of fans were pissed off about it too, what Disney did, because they had like all these extended universe books. And a lot of people like really enjoyed them, like the old Republic stuff, which I think they should make movies on because it sounds really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a bunch of games to go off too for that. And a lot of people were really upset when they made that stuff non-canon.
Let me just say, Last Jedi came out in 2017. That was 5 years ago. When you have a movie that's 5 years old and people are still passionately like shitting on it, you know you fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people look back on The Last Jedi with like fondly, because there are a lot of good points to go against The Last Jedi. I'm not saying that The Rise of Skywalker doesn't. It just like it's so much harder to explain why Rise of Skywalker is bad, because the things they did were very unconventional to a point where it almost felt ridiculous.
It did, yeah. It felt like a 5-year-old playing with Star Wars toys and somebody directed it.
Yeah, because they brought back
Palpatine's still alive.
Yeah, they did that, and it's just so stupid.
He's like, Palpatine, he's cool. He's gonna be the villain again. I don't know where he's from, but he's gonna do this cool thing where he shoots laser and he like blows up all the ships with his laser fingers. And then Rey like gets these lightsabers and she just deflects it all with it and does like this crazy power move.
It's like who directed it? I forget who directed.
J.J. Abrams.
It's like J.J. Abrams sat his kid down and was playing with his kid and with action figures of Star Wars with all the characters that he made, and because he's an egotist, but and he was like, why are you trying to get the Palpatine one? That doesn't make sense. And then his kid's like, no, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, it's like if they brought back Samuel L. Jackson
Yeah.
in the movie, like something.
He's like,
They did that. His voice was in it, and Liam Neeson.
he's like,
It's so stupid.
he's like, all right, JJ Jr., now what happens? He's like, oh, Palpatine comes back, and look, he's gonna shoot lasers and blow up all the ships, and he's gonna shock the whole universe. He's like, oh shit, that's amazing. I'm gonna fucking write that in the next
I
movie.
think that's why people didn't like it either.
And then he's gonna say infinite power.
And then if the power is just gonna be infinite, and then Rey is gonna have a yellow lightsaber and become a Skywalker. And I think that pissed people off too, because like she wasn't a Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess basically the story arc of Star Wars is Anakin turns evil and redeems himself. Like the whole story is bringing balance to the Force by killing the Sith Lord Palpatine. And he fails in the third one and turns evil, but at the end of the fourth one, he does. He kills Palpatine. He brings balance to the fourth. But then when JJ Jr. and his little kid come with their action figures to write the new Star Wars, he's like, guess what? It's not balanced. Palpatine's back. Everybody has these kids who can do everything. Rey is like Palpatine's granddaughter. First off, how did that happen?
I don't even know that.
Who the hell fucked Palpatine?
Yeah,
Very, very good point.
Dude, it was someone in the Senate. He owns the Senate.
He owns the Senate. He owns the Senate. But I think the way that the first, like the prequels ended was very like good, because technically it did bring balance to the Force, because there was only Yoda and Obi-Wan, and then there was also I guess Ahsoka was there too, but like nobody. I don't think she's recognized in the actual story ever.
Because she's in the animated show, which is really good.
And the Mandalorian. I guess that's true, but I guess like I don't know. The original trilogy finishes it all fine, but then when you like untie the knot, like the problem with a lot of movies is that when you have like a series and you tie the knot perfectly and it's sealed, they have to physically like rip it open, and like it's just so messy. Because when you perfectly end something and then you try to like add more onto it, it's never gonna be like, it's always gonna be kind of messy.
I feel like that's what happened to Endgame after that, because I feel like that was the perfect ending for the whole cinematic universe, and it's just like some of the movies haven't been received well, you know, like Black Widow and stuff like that. I know, but
I think
like
Black
we have
Widow
Spider-Man, which
Well,
is
like,
such a hit.
With Endgame still, it's like it doesn't undo anything, or like it's like, all right, so Endgame happened, what are these heroes doing now? The problem with Star Wars, yes, George, 1 minute. The problem with Star Wars was like, all right, the Empire's destroyed, the rebels are good now, or the rebels have control of everything, good is in power, everything's great, right? Perfect ending. But then when they make the new movie, the Empire's back. Why is the Empire back? I don't know. It's just back, and now there's a new movie. And so like that's like it's
the new order.
yeah, you're just throwing this in for like a plot, and it doesn't make any sense. Like after Endgame, it was like,
Yeah,
all
like an
right, Spider-Man is still doing his thing. Like it makes sense, but like it's still like, why is the first like? You mean to tell me that like they defeated the Empire and like good took control, and then like within like what, like how old is? What is the 30 years? Within 30 years, they
comes back
fucked
and
up
brings
that
it all.
much that the First Order is bigger than the Empire ever was, and they have full control over. And the rebels aren't even like you would have think if the rebels came into power, they would have been. The rebels are still these shitty, scrappy people trying to fight against them.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I think The Mandalorian like shows that very well, because it's like, I think there's even like a part where it's like, hey, Alderanian, I think that's her, but he's like, we could use a lot of help, and it's like, it really goes to show like, it makes it easier to understand how the New Order would have come to power really fast, because you know, order, instead of just like a bunch of planets just not having any like sense of government.
Yeah. One, I think that's like the Mandalorian's just gonna be their like plot hole fixer.
I mean, I feel like if they defeated the whole order, then why couldn't they have just taken over the universe, like where they? Because if everyone's pretty much done, then if that is done, if Palpatine's gone, which is the leader,
But then he
basically,
comes back.
somehow. How does he come back?
how does he come back? And then how are we
Unless
sure
he
he's
didn't
dead?
die, because he like
And
really fell in
you
space.
want to know what pisses me off? So in Revenge of the Sith, right? Palpatine basically is trying to deflect, or he's shooting lightning at Mace Windu, right?
Yeah.
And he deflects it, and it like gets all in his face. So you would think if you did that, you would be like, fuck, I'm not gonna shoot lightning at a lightsaber because it's gonna fucking kill me. But oh, whoop-de-doo, a few movies later, he does the same thing and he blows himself up. That's how he dies in the movie. Rey is holding lightsabers and he shoots lightning again and he kills himself. And it's the stupidest fucking thing ever. He's like, damn, this didn't work the first time, but it's gonna work this time because I have infinite power. And he fucking kills himself.
Infinite power.
Like, how stupid is that?
I have infinite power for real this time.
Yeah, he comes back. They'll make new movies,
No, but
TV shows.
I think the thing is like, wasn't that Palpatine a clone? Or was it him? I forget. Didn't it like do a pan shot and it's like a bunch of like infant Palpatines and
No, that's Snoke. You remember the big villain Snoke that didn't do shit for the story?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in little test tubes. That was Snoke. No, Palpatine. Palpatine just didn't die. I guess falling like through the Death Star and exploding. Which also, all right. So let's talk about this. You fell all the way through the Death Star and then got imploded with an explosion. The size of the moon exploding. Like the Death Star was the size of the moon. The whole thing fucking exploded and you were inside of it. But then you shocked yourself and that killed you. You didn't die from an explosion the size of the moon, but you died because you shocked lightning at yourself. That makes no sense. It's so stupid.
Old people aren't as smart as what they used to be.
His his higher brain function degraded drastically. Now I like to imagine all of the New Order stuff being just like the ramblings of an old dying man.
Palpatine should just gone to Tell High.
Gone to Tell High. Palpatine at Tell High.
I have infinite power in my motorized scooter.
Okay, let's wrap this up. I gotta go.
All right, George has to go. George is back to close the podcast.
I want to close it this time for real.
All right,
For real.
go.
Are you gonna drop them off?
I thought you were. I don't know where anybody lives.
Okay. Okay. Goodbye.